Howdy. How's it going?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, James?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I was talking to the listeners.
Oh, okay. Well, let's wait for a response.
Caller number 4, you're on the air.
I'm doing real bad.
Oh, why are you doing so bad?
Cause I'm just Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, it's just little me.
Who is Jimmy Stewart?
You probably recognize me from It's a Wonderful Life.
No, I don't recognize you from It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, goodbye.
I guess in that movie I might have seen your face, but your elderly voice 70 years later is not quite ringing a bell for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
How did he get this number?
It's a good question. Anyways, welcome to The Island Shuffle, a call-in podcast where we watch episodes of Lost out of order.
And defunct, maybe deceased celebrities call in to give us their mood.
Yep. Thanks, whoever that was.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should just give these people mood rings so they don't have to call anymore.
What do you mean?
If they have a mood ring, then we can just look at their rings. They can snap us a pic.
And then we can tell how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought there was more to the joke than that, and I was
No,
trying to
that's
figure it
it.
out. That's it? Okay.
That's it. The mood rings of Saturn. What if Saturn's rings was a mood ring?
Man, you're really making me think about mood rings for the first time in a hot minute, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good.
How do they work?
Are
Are they real?
I think they're just heat.
Yeah.
I think they work if you're like
If
hot.
you get really hot
Yeah.
when you're angry.
Exactly, and you get really cold when you're sad.
Oh, that's true though.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, every time I'm cold,
I think that's not a cause and effect thing, though. I think I think cold makes you sad, but sadness doesn't make you
no,
cold.
my sadness, my emotion regulates my body temperature.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That's why if you are happy or sad, a doctor would say you are sick.
True.
Doctors don't really know what's going on, and that's sort of the theme of our show Lost. With
Yeah.
Jack, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Jack rarely knows what he's doing, but this isn't a Jack episode, although he is in this episode.
He is in this episode, and he does know what he's doing on one place.
And he doesn't really know what he's doing in another place.
You're going to love this one.
People are
viewers.
complicated.
You're going to love this Jimmy Stewart.
Hope you're still listening, Jimmy
I
Stewart.
hope you didn't hang up after that one. I hope your mood got a little better. Maybe turn up the heat. It sounds like you're just cold.
I think Jimmy Stewart might just be cold. Poor Jimmy Stewart. This week we watched episode 8 of season 2, and it's called Collision, and it's about Ana Lucia, who is only a character in season 2, because she dies because Michael kills her in the end.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Michael shoots the hell out of her.
He really does.
And here we learn about her, and a thing that I didn't realize about Ana Lucia is that I hate her.
Yeah, she is no fun and bad.
She's not fun, and she's mean,
And
very violent.
And this episode, we learn things about her that make us like her even less.
Yeah.
Which is not how the flashbacks are supposed to work. You're supposed to be like,
pretty much.
you're supposed to be like, man, fuck this arrogant guy. And then you learn about him, and you're like, oh, that's why he's the way he is.
And they do add that tragedy element, but we don't get any of that. We just get her being mean.
Exactly.
Do you want to run through why she is so bad?
Yes. Let's start with her flashbacks, I guess. That makes sense. So she is in therapy.
She's in the rap.
She's in the rap, as they say.
Yeah. Syrup.
So
What's
she's
your favorite kind of pie? Mine's syrup pie. It makes my mood go up because the honestly, that's why the rooms in therapy is so hot. Puts you in a better mood.
Well, then if that's all it takes, they should just make everybody's rooms hotter all the time.
I agree completely.
Oh, that would solve so much of problems.
So much of problem would be kerplunked. if that were case.
We're-
Welcome to Broken English Podcast.
We're here to kerplunk all the problems. You got a problem? Needs kerplunking? Talk to the boys.
So Ana Lucia is in the rap.
She's in the rap, and she's talking about how she thinks maybe she's ready to come back to the force because she's a cop.
She's a goddamn cop.
She's a police officer of the LAPD.
APD, the LAPDA.
The LAPDA. The lap
So close to
department.
being a lap dog.
So close. The LAPD OG.
LAPDOG, lap dog.
Procedural cop drama pitch. LAPD OG. The first ever LAPD person goes around solving crimes.
Person.
Yeah.
Oh, OG.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Like the person that was when it was just a trading post,
Yes,
I would imagine.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, I'm the police now.
I'm the OG LAPD officer.
Wow. He strapped a little name tag. It said LAPD,
Yeah.
serve and protect.
Mm-hmm. And he's got
That's a great idea.
I think it's great. I think there's definitely more to that premise than the dumb joke that I just made.
We got this one in the bag.
Look, open that bag up. We got it in there.
We got it in there. Oh.
That's where it is.
I don't know if the room just got hotter, but after hearing that idea, my mood has risen.
No, I think the room just got hotter.
Oh, the room. Sudden heat wave.
It is actually quite warm in this room, which is nice.
It's good. We keep her right at room temper.
Gotta have it at room temperature.
So room temperature, do you know why they call it that?
Why do they call it room temperature?
If you shorten it, you have room temper. And that's just the normal, like, status quo baseline.
Right.
Because when you're not hot or cold, you're at room temper.
Right. I'm learning a lot on this
Whereas
podcast.
if it gets too cold, you're at temper tantrum.
But if it's too hot.
Too much temper.
So both of them have too much temper?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So Ana Lucia, after 4 months of therapy, she's back on the force.
And why was she gone, you might ask? I'm looking at you, Jimmy Stewart.
Why could she be gone from the force?
'Cause she got shot 4 times by a mean robber man.
Damn.
She got shot in the stomach 4 times, and it didn't kill her, but it sure killed the unborn baby inside of her.
That's true.
And so then I'm sort of confused about that
The timeline of revealing that. Well, it takes a bit for us to learn that.
Yeah.
The actual fact of the incident is recounted by Anna in like present day island times, actually.
Oh yeah.
But it's but like they refer to like a shooting incident.
Yeah.
Anna goes back to work, and her mom is the captain.
Her mom is the captain. Because she wants to be just like Mom.
She wants to be just like Mom, but Mom puts her in a desk job.
And she's like, I can't sit behind a desk. You know who I am.
Yeah, give me a gun and give me a car because I got to go on patrol. So
she goes into her mom and she says, Mom, do you have any idea who I am?
And Mom says, no, who are you? I'm frightened.
I'm a police officer and your daughter. And put me in that car. I want to be a patrolman.
And so eventually Mom concedes and she goes on patrol, but she goes on patrol in a safe neighborhood of L.A.
Safe neighborhood of L.A.
And in protest, she answers a call that comes in. And she goes to that domestic dispute that's happening. There's a fella holding the TV. A baby that's screaming. Everybody's hollering at each other.
There's also a woman being held by the holding the baby.
A woman being held by the baby. Yeah.
A man with the TV and a baby over here. And this is all that's going on.
That's the whole scene.
We have a domestic dispute between a man and a baby. And they are having some kind of disagreement that can't be resolved with words, it seems.
So they arrive on this scene, and the other officer's like, calm down, everybody, please. But then Ana Lucia sees the baby, hears her screaming, and immediately escalates the situation by drawing her gun.
Pulls her gun out.
Says, get the baby upstairs. You will go on the ground now. And eventually, the situation gets to the point where her partner is screaming at her to like holster her weapon. Big move.
Yeah, she pulls that gun out. I would go so far as to say willy-nilly.
Yeah.
There's no reason to point a gun at anyone in that situation.
No, I think when we learn that what we learn, it is apparent that it is a overreaction, like a PTSD thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Like she's not in her right mind when she's doing it.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, back at the office, back at the cop station, they say, "Hey, guess what? We got the guy. We got the guy in the shooting.
We got the guy.
And all we need, he's got a confession. He confessed to the whole thing. We just need you to ID him."
We found the man who shoot you.
But Ana Lucia says, "That's not the man. Can't ID him.
That ain't no boy.
That ain't no boy." And so he gets off scot-free.
That's the interesting thing about that is they say, "We found the guy. We just picked him up for assaulting an elderly person. And then if you identify him for this, he confessed to like your crime."
Yeah.
Or to like, shooting you.
Yeah, he confessed to a bunch of crimes. We can just
we just need you to identify him.
Yeah.
And then she says that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
So they let him go, and it's like, what about assaulting an elderly person? What is that one? What's going on with that charge here? Are you going to drop that because he wasn't identified for an unrelated crime that happened half a year earlier?
Look, in L.A., you get done dirty.
You get done dirty. Oh, Las Vegas has what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. L.A., you get done dirty.
You get done dirty in L.A.
Oh, my God. That's why the ocean needs to be right beside the city. Wash off all the sins.
Wash off all the damn sins, because you're always getting done dirty.
You're getting done dirty, down and dirty.
Have you ever been to L.A.? I haven't.
I haven't.
Okay. Cool. Just fun to establish that neither of us have ever been to L.A.
Watched a lot of movies filmed there, though.
Filmed in L.A., set in L.A., I've only been to one state, as a matter of fact. And it's Maine.
Maine.
I'm cutting
right close to NB.
We're cutting through Maine to get to Quebec quicker.
I was really.
Yes, that's our strategy.
It
made a lot more sense.
I guess it makes a lot of sense if you're going to St. John, New Brunswick.
Exactly, and it also it made more sense when my older brother went to Bishops, which is in Sherbrooke. So that is a very much easier journey. Makes a little less sense when you're like going to Ottawa or Montreal, where I was living.
Yeah,
but we still did it, I guess, because that was just the habit.
That was the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was in Maine. You want to know the time I was in Maine?
When were you in Maine?
I was there for an hour, and I ate Subway, and I left.
That's the Maine experience, baby. I think I had a proper visit to Maine when I was very, very young, but it's always just passing through, cutting through.
Just cutting through. Let's cut it right off.
Cutting through, stopping at a Burger King, and then keeping going, maybe.
I love Burger King.
Burger King, good.
What did she do after?
What does she do after that?
So they had to let him go because she didn't identify him, and apparently assaulting an elderly person is okay.
It's fine
in a place where you get done dirty.
It's fine unless you also shot a cop. Which according to the law he didn't. So Ana Lucia ends up following this dude to a bar.
Yeah.
Following him to a parking lot.
Yeah.
And saying, Hey, buddy. He says his name. I forget what his name is.
Jason.
Classic
awful dude.
Classic murderer. Jason goes, "Do I know you?" And Anna says, "I was pregnant," and then shoots 3 bullets into him. Murders him in cold blood, then walks up to the corpse and unloads the rest of the clip into his fucking body.
It's crazy.
It's a big...
I didn't understand that part at the end when she just is firing bullets, like standing over the body.
Yeah,
couple bullets.
I've never fired a gun, ever.
No.
But I cannot imagine that is a efficient use of bullets.
No, that seems like more bullets than one would need.
I suppose that's the way we're supposed to read it, is same as with the scene where she draws her gun. She is quick on the trigger and a violent person.
Yeah, that is what I get from it. And that is a good segue into her plot on the island
Yes.
where she has just killed an innocent person.
Yes, this episode, the main plot of this episode takes place immediately after her group of people from the tail section and our best friends on the island. Lovable friends. Our lovable favorites on the island are colliding, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And
it's not a good collision.
It's not a good collision because the first thing that happens is Ana Lucia shoots Shannon. This is a scene we saw, I think, a couple episodes ago.
And to be fair, for Ana Lucia, did not unload a full clip on Shannon.
Yep, just one bullet.
Single bullet.
She's growing.
And that was a great shot. She got an instant death with a single bullet.
Gotta admit, she's great at using a gun to murder.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot to kill. Well, she had so much practice, right?
Yes.
Because she tried 6 times on that other guy. So then after you get that much practice, you can, you know, start to get one-shot kills.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Isn't that really interesting and nice?
Interesting. Not very nice.
What?
The more I think about it, the more upset I get.
You must be cold.
I'm getting a little cold. This is
Getting
making me feel
chilly
I'm a little chilly in here. So on the island, Ana Lucia has just shot Shannon. Shannon's corpse is in Saeed's arms. Immediately, Ana Lucia, as she's wont to do, escalates the situation, pulls the gun on everybody, her own and Saeed and everybody, and demands, we gotta tie Saeed up because guess what? I just killed someone Saeed loves. He's gonna try to kill me. I don't know this guy. This is the only way out.
I gotta tie him up.
And that's pretty much the bulk of the drama. Is what the hell is Ana Lucia doing? Yeah,
no one trusts her. They're just hanging around. Saeed is tied to a tree.
Want to try that one more time?
Saeed is the side of Saeed is tied to the side of the tree.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful like the side of
Saeed to the tree.
Tie
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So Saeed is tied to a tree, with rope.
Yes, and Sawyer has a gunshot wound and is dying of sickness.
Oh yeah, he's just like lying on the ground. It's weird that in this show I find everyone who is shot by a gun experiences negative side effects from that.
Yes, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I assumed that it was fine if you got shot.
Yeah, it's not very casual in this show.
No, which I appreciate.
They always make a big deal out of it.
I appreciate that because I like. I mean, we rag on how this show like starts out being like murder and violence is something that weighs on your soul, and then by the end, like Saeed's like slicked back and doing cool action moves and shit. And like people are dying left and right, and it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
But at least like they treat a gunshot with like if you get shot, it's an ordeal.
At the very least, it's an inconvenience.
When Locke gets shot, they make a huge deal out of it. Locke was just shot last episode, I think. No, that was a couple episodes ago. But Locke gets shot in the leg, and it's a whole ordeal.
It's a big deal. You know, it's uncomfortable for him. You can see in his face that he would have rather not be shot with a gun.
Yes.
And I think that is incredibly realistic. Which is tough to pull off in a lot of shows. I know a lot of shows don't adequately portray that it is inconvenient at least.
It is at least inconvenient and at most kills you.
That's the other side of the coin.
This show depicts the full spectrum of getting shot.
From inconvenient to death. And we have both going on in this very scene.
Yeah,
multiple
body, deaths, multiple wounds.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great. It's really... So that is sort of the highlight of this episode.
It's great. There's so many bullet wounds. It's great.
A lot of BWs.
That's just what we call them.
That's what we call them. It's quicker.
There's also when the first thing that happens is a sick fight between Saeed and Echo.
Oh yeah.
They fight each other.
It's wild.
I think Saeed starts it just out of like anger at her girlfriend getting shot.
The old Shannon got shot fight.
Yeah, you gotta have a Shannon got shot fight.
I think he might have been cold.
He might have been a little cold.
Gonna have to check the mood ring on that one.
Yeah. So let me take a look at the notes because that's pretty much the bulk of the plot. A lot happens, but not a lot happens.
Yeah, they just stand around and like sort of decide what's gonna happen.
All the
and then
like,
I think Michael leaves eventually or something.
Echo decides.
Echo leaves. Echo takes Sawyer.
Yes, Echo decides I don't want a part of this. I'm gonna take Sawyer to the camp. Everybody eventually slowly decides I don't want a part of this. They're like pleading with Anna, being like, "What's the plan? What are you doing?
We gotta leave.
We gotta leave. This is not helping the situation. This
Why
is
he tied to a tree?
Why is he tied to a tree?" And Anna's just like, "He's gonna kill me. I can't trust him. I can't do it." But eventually, everybody's just like, "All right, we're gonna leave.
We're out of here.
We're out of here." And this eventually leads to it just being Anna and Saeed there, and they have themselves a talk.
A little chit chat.
They have themselves a little chit chat about what's the deal, man.
They talk about how life sucks.
They kind of have a getting to know you thing, and they try to do the like, you got kids, no, you no. Saeed eventually just cuts right to the chase and says, "Are you gonna kill me? Should I kill you, Saeed? Well, guess what? I'm a torturer and I'm haunted by my horrible violence deeds. So maybe I should die. Maybe I'd love to die."
Maybe you should kill me. Maybe it's your destiny.
And Ana Lucia decides, all right, I'm going to open up a bit, and tells him the story of how she got shot. Omits the part where the baby is unborn.
Yeah.
Omits the fact that she murdered him in cold blood. But does tell that story to Saeed. And admits to also... when she got shot, she thought she was dead, and she still feels dead.
Yeah.
So eventually the conversation goes to, should I kill you? And then Anna throws down unties him in a very classic, dun, 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 dun,
oh,
dun.
Yeah, she has a big
knife.
Machete over her
Big
head.
machete. He's going to chop Saeed into bits and pieces.
This is the way that Saeed died.
This is it. Psych. She
chops the ropes off of him.
Chops the ropes off of him.
Oh, my goodness. You thought that he would die? No.
No, don't be silly.
That's so stupid.
We got you, dummies.
Yeah, exactly.
Us over here
What were you thinking?
We were pranking you good.
It was all a joke.
Oh, just a fun joke we thought we'd have with our friends.
A fun little joke.
Anyways,
we love jokes on Lost.
Lost is my favorite comedy.
Lost is my favorite dramedy.
Dramedy. There's drama. There's drama, but there's some comedy too. There's some levity.
A little comedic. Is this the right word? Comedic dramedy.
There's because that's life. Life is drama, but life is also funny sometimes.
Comedy. Oh, life is comedy.
Who's this? Who's this calling in? Hello?
I'm an old man, and I got nothing left to live for except to laugh.
Oh, well, is our
life is comedy.
That's great to hear. Bye. Click.
My room is very, very cold. Freezing cold.
You should get a heater or move into a hotter place.
True.
Well, I'm glad we helped that old man.
Yeah. Honestly. At least he's got comedy, right?
He's got comedy.
Life
is just comedy.
Life
baby.
is comedy.
But life is
I'll
drama
light
too.
one up to that.
Are we going to light one up to that?
We're smoking joints.
Thank goodness.
Hell yeah.
Happy 420.
Happy 420th day of the year.
Congrats. Cheers to the microphone. Yay. So Ana Lucia pranks Saeed and chops off his arm. No, he chops
off the ropes.
Chops off the rope. Drops the machete down. Drops the gun down. Says, "You know what? I killed your girlfriend. You should kill me. Why don't you go ahead and kill me?" And then Saeed says, "What's the dang point? What good would it do if we're both already dead?"
What?
Bam, 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 bam.
Crazy, sort of awful.
Yeah.
Line.
Not a great line. It's supposed should have some weight, but it
life is comedy. They should have given him a funny line right there.
Yeah, he should have said kill ya. oh, that's no kill deal. That's my wife.
Yeah.
And then he could have
said, he could have said, why would I kill you when I could use you to help me build a boat?
And Ana Lucia goes, a boat?
Doing.
Sproyoyoyoing?
Doy.
Ding, ding, ding.
Dong. So that's how we would write the show.
That's how we would write the show, but that's not how they wrote the show, sadly.
Because as an old friend of mine once said, life is comedy.
You know that guy?
Yeah,
He just called in.
I met him once. Very cold man.
That's one cold man.
He lives in a very cold house,
He's
even in the summer.
Why? You should go outside in the summer and warm up. We love to laugh because life is comedy.
So that's pretty much Ana Lucia's.
That's pretty much the way that wraps up. There's another plot that converges with these goings on. The plot starts out with some fun having.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, you can turn that off.
Okay. Time up. Stop. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I turned off your alarm for you.
Thank you very much.
So Jack is getting water. Rose is roasting him.
Rose is saying, Jack, boy, you should come out of that hole a little more.
You need more sun.
You need some sun and
should
also
you
some
should
fruit.
You should eat some fruit to help with the way your body is.
Your body is falling apart. Jack, you are skin and bones and you look like shit. That's Rose is a very mean old lady.
And
If you don't remember her from the show, she's the awful old lady.
She's just mean all the time. There's one thing you got to know about Rose is that she's so mean all the time.
And I think she says at the start of this episode, my husband was on this plane and I hope I never see him again.
Bad news, Rose.
Because her husband Bernard is with Saeed right now.
Yes, exactly.
He's with Saeed, who's tied to a tree.
Saeed tied to the side of a tree. So
tied to the side of a tree.
The Saeed of a tree.
Yeah, the Saeed of a tree.
Wow. Thinking about it, and I like it.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna take off.
That one's going places. Keep your eye out for that one.
Ana Lucia, see you later.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So then Jack really rose to the occasion.
Yeah. That fucked me up. That hit me in a raw way. So while Jack is getting roasted, a golf ball lands in the water. Rose Ted.
Rose and Ted together at last.
Rose and Ted Mosby. The crossover we've all been waiting for.
Ted marries Rose.
Please, that's how I met your mother. Your mother's been Rose
Your
the whole
mother
time.
is Rose. She's on an island.
She's on an island.
We
and
haven't
she's
seen
there.
her in several years.
She went back in time for a bit, but now she's fine. So, a golf ball lands in the water supply. Where's this golf ball come from? Oh, it just comes from the goof-em-ups down the beach. We got Hurley, we got Charlie, and we got Kate having fun hitting a few golf balls.
They are actively shooting golf balls at the camp.
At the camp.
They are definitely hitting golf balls in the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction. They're trying to purposefully destroy the camp where everybody lives.
Yeah, I would actually, if I were them, I would hit the golf balls away from the camp so you don't have an instance like they just had where a golf ball goes whizzing and almost hits poor old Rose in the head and no one addresses the danger aspect of that whole situation.
Imagine that's how that scene goes. Imagine the scene where Rose gets conked in the head with a golf ball.
That would not go very well because she's so mean.
She's so mean. She'd get even meaner. Rose isn't really mean. Rose is a sweet old lady.
She's sweet.
She's kind. Just wanted to take a second to clear up our opinion on Rose.
Yeah, I think some people were getting a little bit confused on that one.
Yeah, I'm glad I cleared it up. So
Really,
Jack,
you sound a little cold.
I'm feeling a little
Guess I'm
cold.
glad.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Jack's gonna go over to the boys playing golf.
Oh, Jack says, "What are you doing over here? Are you playing golf?"
And Kate says, "What would you know about playing golf?" And Jack says, "Anybody can hit a ball, but golf is about accuracy. The beautiful game."
The king's game of golf. I'm a doctor, Kate, and you know what that means. That I spend many days out on the links.
18 of holes.
18 of holes. I will do 9 and 9 to make 18.
I will shoot that golf ball with one of my many prized clubs.
My prized clubs.
And I will watch the glorious orb soar gentle through the sky.
The soaring orb in the sky.
And if luck and skill and accuracy are on my side, it shall nestle firmly into the bosom of the green cup.
The bosom of the green cup.
That's what we play for.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The bosom of the green cup by
So
Robert Munch.
so Jack goes on like this for 5 hours.
Yeah,
in real time.
Most of the episode.
Most of the episode is him ranting about how golf is the beautiful game and such. And he grows more and more lustful as minutes turn to hours. And
as hours into days.
As hours turn to days and days into months. And Kate finally says, "All right, let's play a round for bragging rights."
A little BR round.
And they go out to a golf course, I guess. They have a golf course. They have like a
They've
makeshift.
got some land.
They have a makeshift like pin set
Yep.
up. And they go for a golf, and Kate hits a golf ball and it lands near the pin. Jack hits a golf ball and he blows it.
It goes
Wah,
right
wah.
into the woods. It's
Wah, wah.
crazy.
The other thing I want to mention is that there's a real detail in this scene that I like. When they're making the bet, when they're like, "I'll play you for it." In the background, you get a shot of Charlie rubbing his hands together,
doing
Mr.
that
Bird.
scheming hands rub.
He's just ready to do some hot grifting.
Oh, I'm so excited about this one. Oh, Jack and Kate are going to play a game of golf. Oh, this is the best thing to happen since I crashed on an island with my friends.
Finally, some golf. I've missed it.
A little fucking golf.
I love the golf adventure in all earnest.
Yeah, well, it was the best part of this episode.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then Jack hits the golf ball into the woods. And they go get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what should fucking happen but shitty old Sawyer.
Yeah, the main plot crashes through and ruins everyone's fun.
Yep. Echo comes walking through carrying Sawyer, and they're like, "Who are you, Echo?" And he's like, "I'm Echo."
Where's the doctor?
That's all he says.
That's
he
all
says, "Where's the
he
doctor?"
says, "Where's the doctor?" And then Jack says, "But I'm the doctor."
But I'm the doctor.
And so they take Sawyer down to the hatch, and Echo's there too. And so Jack and Kate are taking care of Sawyer, doing their best. And Echo's chatting with Locke about, whatever they chat about. They're introducing each other, having fun. They're getting to know each other, becoming fast friends.
Just a little conversation. They're like, "How about being trapped on an island?"
Mm-hmm. How about it? It's pretty wild, huh?
Pretty crazy. We go out, a lot of cameras here, if you ask me.
And so eventually you get one scene, I think, there where Jack's trying to feed Sawyer pills, but he can't do it. And so Kate whispers like, "Hey, it's me. I'm Kate, and I love you. Please take the pills." And it works.
I hope you swallow the pill.
And Sawyer does it because Sawyer's a good boy.
Yeah, good boyer.
And good boyer.
Yeah, good boyer.
Boyer. So Jack that's
pretty much.
Yeah. We get a shot of Michael running in the jungle, and it's the classic lost scene of a person running through the jungle. Fast cuts, shaky camera,
intense.
dramatic music. Dun 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 dun.
But he's neither running from anything, nor is there a time limit for when he needs to get to where he needs to go.
There's no. It is completely false.
Here.
It's completely false. It just cuts to this, like no real context.
Yeah.
It's just like happening. We know he like left the Saeed and such. He left them behind.
No one's coming after him or
no
anything.
one's coming after him, and there's no like deadline for.
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
It could have just been like Sun chilling out and gardening and having Michael emerge from the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
But they needed some. They were like, oh no, there's not enough dramatic
action.
strings in this episode. Ah!
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We gotta do this scene. Dumb.
But Sun is chilling out and gardening.
Sun is chilling out and gardening. Michael bursts through and says, I'm back, baby. Take me to Jack. And he goes to Jack and he gives him the lowdown on what's going on. And finally he says, all right, hey, Mr. Echo, tell me the straight skinny. And Echo's like, nothing I tell you is going to be good, so I'm just going to sit here and be a quiet guy.
A quiet old man.
And so eventually Jack says, all right, enough's enough. They've got our friend. They killed Shannon. I've got a gun. I'm going to load up this gun, and I'm going after him.
I'm going to see him.
And finally Echo pleads and says, no. What do you think you're going to get out of this? Justice? Revenge? Ana Lucia made a mistake. And violence solves nothing. And
Jack is like,
Ana Lucia? I remember Ana Lucia from the previously on.
When we had a very brief conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said, like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name?
You're on this flight, eh? Well, let's have a drink together, maybe.
Yeah.
And Jack goes, oh boy, I was about to go kill that person.
I was about to go kill that nice lady that I met on the flight.
Oh boy, now that she's humanized, I can't have a gun. Anyways, Echo eventually says, all right, I'll take you to her, but only you, Jack. And Jack says, fine. And they go, and Saeed has been freed at this point.
Yeah.
Saeed is sad about Shannon, obviously.
He's carrying her dead body.
And Jack goes to see Ana Lucia, and they share kind of awkward. They are just kind of standing off at the end.
Sup.
They're just like, well, this is weird.
A little awkward.
And end scene.
That's it.
That's the episode.
And that's the scene. But there's also another thing that happens.
What? Oh yeah, we get a cool montage.
People
at the
come
end.
back.
People come back. This is the reunification, the return of Sawyer returning, Jin returning, Michael returning. The non-shitty tail people come up. Libby and Bernard.
Most importantly, though, yes. Bernard
and Rose. Bernard, throughout this episode, has a really fucked up set of pants.
It's crazy. It's like you take your pants and then on the right leg, you just cut probably a 2.5 foot hole.
Yes.
From like where the pocket starts to right before the end of the leg.
Yes.
Just right in the front.
Yes. Just
to expose like
the entire
that
leg.
Beefy part of the leg, and then you got the knee, you got the whole calf.
That's pretty much the whole leg if you ask me.
Yeah, almost the entirety of the leg is exposed.
A lot of Bernard's leg is out through this episode, and I don't remember if we ever get an explanation for why his pants are the way that they are.
No, because there could be no accident that does that to someone's pants.
No. Anyways, leggy Bernard comes through and hugs Rose, and it's a nice scene because they were separated.
They were nice.
They were nice, and
they
hug.
finally have found each other, and now Rose can be nice again.
Sun and Jin hug because they were apart. Who else?
Michael hugs Vincent.
Michael hugs Vincent.
That's really cute.
That's really good and cute.
I like Vincent.
Vincent's the best character on the show. He's a dog, and he's good.
He's a really nice dog.
Nice, good boy. Yeah. The nice, very slow montage to end the episode where everything's nice and everyone's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think of the episode overall?
All in all, hot garbage.
Yeah, I didn't like it really one bit.
I didn't really care about anything that happened. Sort of nothing happened.
Nothing really happened. The main conflict of the episode is not super interesting.
No.
The themes of what's the point of being violent are not explored really in a satisfying way at all.
Absolutely not.
They are explored, but not in a way that is because they've done that before. I feel like there have been we've watched at least one Kate episode that's pretty all right. Even though it's obviously very silly that she has murder in her heart or whatever.
Yeah.
At least like
there's tension and there's drama.
There's tension
there.
and there's drama and there's a real sense of reckoning with the actions you've committed and their consequences. And
the thing is, it's like in this episode, it's about Ana Lucia, and she's just not likable in this episode.
She's very unlikable.
No one in the episode actually likes her too.
Even the people who like have been with her since the beginning.
Yeah, they're all like, "You've gone insane.
Yeah,
we don't trust your judgment.
Exactly,
and we're leaving you.
Yeah, we're leaving you behind."
And then like that's what her partner, who is like her best friend, pretty much ends on that note as well.
Yes,
I don't trust your judgment.
Yeah,
her mom doesn't trust her judgment.
It's their like in their attempts to make her sympathetic.
Yeah.
They failed miserably. Because that's the whole...
like, she has nothing to offer.
Exactly. The whole point of, like, the flashback is, like, because we've seen her.
Yeah.
We've seen her be rash and judgmental.
Yeah.
And we should learn, like, why that is, and we should have some sympathy
why
for
it's
that.
Understandable.
Exactly.
But
and it's not that it isn't understandable.
Yeah.
It's just that it's not a compelling or good
character.
character.
No, it's like I don't like that character.
It's like
I feel bad that this thing happened to her.
But like there's no
doesn't really excuse everything.
Yeah, there's no sense of like usually there's a sense of like, well, oh man, that is the way I was and here's me learning from that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's really none of that.
There's
in this
no
episode.
learning from anything.
Exactly. And I don't, not everything has to like wrap up tidy with a bow. This is the fucking show where the island goes through time. But like it makes for a not interesting episode of television.
Especially in a season 2 episode, I sort of expected something a lot better.
Exactly. I don't know. The Tale section is their first like experiment with trying to introduce new characters.
Yeah.
And Echo, really good.
Echo's great.
Bernard, really good.
Great comic relief.
Libby is there too.
That's a very good way to put it. Libby, they do nothing with her, start to do something with her, and then kill her.
Yeah, Libby, kind of likable, but then she dies.
Yeah.
Unlike Ana Lucia, who is just
not likable.
Not likable at all.
Then she dies.
She
dies with Libby. It's appropriate.
Mm-hmm. So that's that episode. What do you say we roll
fire
for
up
next
a new
one?
app?
Yeah.
So should I be going to random.org?
You should, and I should be opening Google Drive so I can access our fun little progression tracker.
Great. So random.org is a random number generator.
I like that we give this feel in every episode.
They use static rather than like an equation. That's what, if they used an equation or a mathematical formula, that would be called pseudo-random.
Of course.
So I generated a result between 1 and 121.
Yes.
And we got number 71.
71, eh? 71 is Season 3, Episode 22.
Season 3, Episode 22.
Which is Through the Looking Glass, Part 1. And guess what, my friend?
What?
It's a Jack episode.
It's a Jack episode!
It has happened, my friend.
And this is the first part of the finale.
Yes.
Cool. We're getting Jack.
We're getting Jack, baby. Next time we're learning about Jack Shepherd, the doctor who likes to drink a screwdriver at the start of the day.
Hell yes. Hell yes. We're finally getting Jack, everybody. Tweet out, hashtag Jack is back.
Hashtag Jack is back. Remember, hashtag the Jack attack has returned.
Hashtag give Jack Black the sack.
Give him the sack already.
Why is he still working?
He's fine. That's our show.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you, Jimmy Stewart and the other old man, for calling in.
Thank you. Yeah, hope you get warm.
I hope you get warm. Stay warm out there. It is winter time.
Stay salty as well.
Stay umami.
As always.
At the end of every episode, we say our favorite thing to say, which is, of course,
always prosecute people who assault the elderly.
Yes.
Even if they don't get identified for
That's exactly it. Like we say at the end of every episode, always prosecute people who assault the elderly, even if they